This is a video for the Luke 140 Syndicate. Well guys, we took Lukey up to Bromont, up near Montreal, Canada, for another an outing at the 3-star short level. Obviously the 3-star is 2 levels below what Luke's capable. He's a 5-star horse. There was a 4-star there as well, but it's usually a big track, and I really don't see any point in belting Luke around a big course. I think it's a little bit hard on their body and their legs, especially considering it's still August, and our main goal, or when we want Luke peaking, is going to be more October. So anyway, I wimped out and put him in the 3-star short, and I was sort of glad I did. The 3-star course was still challenging enough. It had sort of 4-star questions, but the jumps were just slightly smaller. But the sort of combinations had the same look of a 4-star, like the coffin, which you'll see in a minute, and the water jumps, the narrows and the corners. So Luke obviously whizzed around this competition with ease. This is the dressage test. We did the dressage on Saturday morning. We took the horses up there on Friday morning, and I got to give him a bit of a ride. The event up there in Bromont are really cool. They let us school in the rings the day before the contest, which makes a great opportunity to get the horses relaxed in the arena. Luke hit the ball out of the park in the dressage. He won the dressage. One judge gave us 76%, the other judge gave us 72%. So we finished the dressage on a score of 25.4 and demolished the field. Felt a bit unfair just because Luke's such an accomplished horse, but we had good reasons for participating in the 3-star. Luke's been training well. Obviously, our main goal, I think, at the moment is going to be the Maryland 5-star. I feel like this is it's going to be an event that we could be very competitive at. So everything we're doing in his training and his competitions all sort of heading towards the Maryland 5-star. I wanted to use this event as a bit of a fitness run, and I also wanted to, if you think back to Kentucky, I just felt like I wasted so much time wrestling with Luke and pulling him back, so I changed his bridle around a little bit for the cross country and trying to ride him in a slightly different style, and it's paying off. I felt like Luke really delivered in all the phases this weekend. He was very strong in the dressage, obviously, and won that, and then he show jumped clear and did a great round, which you'll see in a moment. And then in the cross country, we went cautiously and slow. The ground was a bit hard, unfortunately. With Bromont, we're usually always guaranteed nice footing up there in Bromont, and this year they're having a bit of a drought. So I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't as good as what I was hoping it would be. So we went around the cross country a little bit slow and cautious. Luke's been training pretty well at home. We've just now started doing some bigger gallops on the horse. He's been doing a lot of these long slow canters on our circular track at home. Once a week he's cantering, usually on a Saturday, 4 miles, sort of 4 1 miles with a 30-second walk break between each direction. And I just feel like this puts in a good, strong, hard base of fitness into Luke. And then beyond that, we've started taking him to... the ground's been a little bit firm the last month, so we've started taking him to the synthetic gallops for the racehorses, which is a huge advantage. There's some good friends down the road that allow us to use their training track, which is about a mile long up a mountain with perfect footing. And Luke's full of energy and excitement at the beginning of the gallop, and as we get to the top of the hill, he's like a little kitten. So we've done that a couple of times, and he's going up the hill twice at the moment. Next Saturday I plan to run him up there 3 times. I want to try and get him really fit early, with the idea that we could back off a little bit as we get closer to Maryland. My show jumping coach Peter Wild was kind enough to come up to Bromont and help me. I had 4 horses in the class, and Luke was jumping out of his skin, so much that he nearly jumped me out of the tack. This next fence was a little bit embarrassing. Luke jumped so high I nearly fell over the top of his ears. I was holding on for dear life. He sort of rocketed me there and I just held on to him. It felt worse than it looks. Obviously Luke's a great show jumper, and the hardest thing with Luke is that he gets excited in the ring and starts charging at the jump. So we warmed up with spurs on, and just before the round we actually took the spurs off, and it worked out about right. And he put in a great round. So obviously we won the dressage on a 25.4. Then we had clear show jumping. So we were sort of going into Sunday's cross country with a lead on a score of 25.4. To be honest, I wasn't too worried about the result of the competition. This was a bit of a schooling round, or schooling competition. It was also a bit of a fitness run and another opportunity to try and sort of see if I could practice smoothing out his cross-country rideability. And the good news is I felt like we achieved it well. Luke can be a real handful in the cross-country, and he was so good. He was listening to me, slowing down when I wanted him to slow down, and there were a couple parts of the course that had really good footing, and I opened him up and galloped him like there was quite a long uphill after the coffin you'll see in a minute, and I let him sort of, I opened him up and used the part after this fence to blow him out. So I looked after his legs a bit on the sort of the downhill bits and the really hard ground. So we had 13.5 time penalties, so we're about 30 seconds over the time. I got to actually keep an eye on him in the water jumps. He's such a bold, brave horse, but he, for some reason, at the water jumps, he gets a little bit cautious and nervous. And to be honest, because the ground's been hard, I hadn't jumped a cross-country jump since our last event at New Jersey. If you remember, we did the New Jersey horse trials, and so we hadn't really schooled cross-country. So anyway, guys, we finished third. Really pleased with him. We're heading home. We'll get him checked over, and we'll probably put another galloping ring on Saturday. But all systems go as we head towards his next event. Will be the 4-star short at Tryon, and then beyond that we're heading to Maryland 5-star.